Hey everybody, this video is going to be about me and my personal life from 2012, because a lot of people were making comments from my last few videos saying things that were not true about my life because they haven't watched my previous videos throughout the years. I know it's hard because we have so many subs and it's hard to keep up with everybody. I'm the same way. I got like 300 subs. There's no way I can see everybody's videos. We have a busy lifestyle. So this is what I want to talk about. So everybody makes a comment about me from now on. At least they know they're talking facts about me and not myths or assuming or speculating what happened to me. July 2012, I got into precious metals, okay? A few days, sometime in July, my friend Buddy, who was brainwashed by Alex Jones, says that gold's going to go to $10,000 an ounce, and he's told me that gold's going to $10,000 an ounce. Mike, you should invest in it, because I had $30,000 in my back pocket, by the way. I blew out my L5 disc, and I got a $21,000 check from my old work, from my old boss's insurance company, because I can no longer do the work. I used to install chairlifts for a living. I used to help people get up and down the stairs and ramps, vertical lifts to get inside of their house, all ages. And believe it or not, the actual fact is that more than half the people put chairlifts in there, ramps, and vertical lifts were the ages of 50 and under. Okay, they were not old people like you would assumed. A lot of people have MS, cancer, other deformities that the kids can't move themselves, disabled, crippled. Parents can no longer carry them up the stairs because their kids getting to about the age of 8, 9, 10, so now they're getting too heavy. Okay, the old people are the blessed ones who can't use the stairs anymore. It's the people of my age, a little older and a little younger, or a lot younger, are the ones that have been cursed. So I feel for them a lot, because it makes me feel from time to time how blessed I am to be able to do the things that we can do, and what they can, we take for granted. So there, from that on, I try to point that out there a little bit. So I always loved people forever, and at my job, about 2 weeks after my friend told me about Alex Jones, I looked at the newspaper on my lunch break, and I saw a paper ad that some company, or maybe it was the government, who knows, was selling fractional coins and saying that gold's going to $10,000. That's before I knew gold was, so I don't even know what kind of coins. If I saw the ad now, I know exactly what it would be. But back then, that was before I knew what gold coins were, so I couldn't really tell you what kind it was. And it rang the bell. So that's like twice in like a couple of weeks now I heard that gold's going to $10,000 an ounce. And it was like 16, 20 or something like that at that time. I was like, forget that. I got $30,000 in the bank. That's doing nothing. I was getting like 50 cents, maybe 70 cents tops a month in return for my investment. I said, screw these banks. They're lending out all my money, making a killing, and they're not even giving me any of the piece of the pie. Screw you guys. So I went all in on precious metals. Okay. No investment history experience whatsoever. I just dove into the deep end. It's like I didn't even know how to swim, and now I got to find my way to swim into the shallow end so I can get out of the pool. Some people drowned doing that. Okay, and I would have drowned if it wasn't Insecurity 68 throwing a lifeboat, because I never reached the shallow part to get up the stairs without his help. Never did. Okay, but anyway, this is what happened. Got brainwashed. I started going online, looking at gold and silver, because I didn't know where to go. I didn't know who sold it. Nobody. He didn't even tell me. He actually said that, I'll go to Alex Jones. He'll sell you gold that can never get confiscated. The government can never take it back from you. Thinking, And I didn't buy that in the beginning. I thought that was fishy, you know. Something didn't sound right about that he can sell you something that the government wouldn't take it back. I don't think so. So I started going online, looking up. Then this company came up, the U.S. Gold Bureau. And I thought it was the United States government. Bureau, you kind of really muchly think it comes from the United States, right? Had nothing to do with it. It was a private company. and all they wanted to sell me was graded coins, because I wanted to buy, my first purchase I wanted to buy was 100 gram 3.2 ounce gold bar. Okay, I wanted that bar, and it was, damn, I forgot what it was, the price wise, about 5,000, 5,200. I think it went up to 6,800 or something like that before it collapsed, something around that. It was around $5,000. So I was gonna buy that. Okay, that's what I wanted to buy. And he started going to me about, oh man, you know, if you buy this, the full graded American Eagle set, it's worth $6,500. And I was like, wow, man, sounds pretty cool. So I looked into that, and I was like, not interested in that. So I ended up buying a $5,000 1 ounce gold coin. That was my first coin. Okay, this is my secret. Okay, turned out to be a disaster. It was a 2009 ultra high relief double eagle coin. I'm sure you guys can, if you guys don't know about that, go on eBay and look at it. There's guys on there that are selling that now. I bought it for $5,000 in 2012. Literally, I bought it. Okay, got it for about a week, because my mission was to double my investment in a 10-year period. That's the first thing that came to my mind. Just double my money in a 10-year period. I figured, well, gold's going to go to $10,000 an ounce, right? So this coin's going to be at least worth $10,000 an ounce, if not more, because I'm paying $5,000 now. This may be a $20,000 coin. A week later, oh man, what am I, retarded? I could buy 3.5 ounces with the same price. Send it back. It was a 2-week return policy. But there was one catch. There was a return policy. If you do return it, there was a $500 restocking fee. So my first investment already was down $500, but I got out because thank God I did that. Losing that $500 saved me thousands. That coin is even worth $2,000 today. Okay, so dumb people are out there who are uneducated. So everybody knows about them because you guys are making a killing right now on them, buying a half-ounce bar on eBay for, on AppMex for $17 and putting on eBay for $75. So you're suckering a lot of people, and then once they find out how bad we got suckered, they never get back into silver. So you're getting a lot of first timers right out the second you get in. Done. See ya. This is why 1% stays at 1%. But anyway, back to me. So my first investment was a disaster. And then I called up Montana Rarities. And I spent $17,000 on all those. You can see my favorite gold and silver. Most of that stuff came from them. Besides the kilo coins, and that came from AppMex. But like my 2000 Olympic sets, besides my 16 coin set actually came from Australia. I couldn't even find that in America in 2012. So a lot of that stuff came from him. And then I started doing a little AppMex, not much, but a lot of it was on eBay. But first year issue gold coins were all on eBay. $42, $45 a pop. Eagles, Maple Leafs, Philharmonics, they all. Actually, Philharmonics was from Montana Rarity. I bought them all. I think he had like 25 of them. I cleaned them out on that. Cleaned them. And so I was into first year issue coins when I first got in because they had a higher premium, and I thought they're cool. First year issue. They're going to hold their value forever. They're the first year issue. Without having any investment strategies or even researching what the gold and silver price was before I got in would have been a very smart thing, because I never would have got in knowing that it was this $50 a year before and now it's at $28. It just lost half its value. Shit, man. Forget that. I'll hold my $30,000 for the side. I'll figure it out somewhere else. Maybe the $10,000 gold was fake. Was BS. But I didn't. I jumped in right on YouTube. I said, let me go to YouTube and do some research on that. Then Mike Maloney's popped up. First one. Mike Maloney's. Robert Kawasaki and his other guy put in his video, Mike Dillon, about the 1971 to the 1980 silver, which could have bought you, instead of buying one home in 71 and put it all in silver by 1980, that price of silver could have bought you 16 homes. Okay? That's a preservation of wealth. Big time. Same thing with Blank P got when he got in 1999 to 2011 when he traded his $6,000 or 6,000 ounces of silver to gold. That was a preservation of wealth, big time. So I got in at the wrong time. Didn't know it. Didn't do any research. So I just went full in. Bought everything from different styles, different companies, sizes, 1 troy pounds to half ounces, kilos. Didn't matter what it was. I bought a little of everything. And I have still my videos on there. You can go back and see them all. I had a wide variety from all countries. There was nothing that I favored over the other. Okay? None. And then things started to happen. I was working full-time. My wife was working full-time when I just about got into the precious metals. Then we moved. She got a part-time job in the school system, and we had to make a big financial decision. Do we take a major cut and get her into the school system instead of her just cleaning houses? And of course you have to take the school job for the government. It was a part-time. And you fight for the full-time. So we took it. And that was going to be $1,000 cut a month if we made that decision. Plus I had to buy a car for her to get to that job. Okay? We went for it. Had to, because when you get the full-time, it was twice as what she made and her cleaning the house, and the full benefit package, which she had none, okay, before. So you had to do it. You had to gamble, had to roll the dice on that. And I knew $1,000 cost a month would be devastating, but I didn't think it was going to be that devastating, because I still was making over 50 grand a year. And where I live in a state, you have to make over 70 grand to live without falling apart. And I was having a gold mine. I rented out a whole bottom of the house for $1,000 with all utilities included and free cable. Okay, I had it made until they had to sell the house and move down to Florida because they didn't like New Jersey anymore. They were both retired postmen. Okay, or post women. They were one of each. A married couple. They went to Florida 6 months in the winter and came back in the summer. So half the year we had the house to ourselves. It was great. $1,000 a month in my part of the area is can't find that. Can't find that. So now we had to move to a place that cost us $1,200 a month, and no utilities included besides heat and water. And now she had a part-time job, making a less $1,000 a month. Plus, I had to buy a new $250 a month car. I was like, all right, I can still push this off a little bit. We're still down, but we're okay. I got all my precious metals out of the way. The $30,000 was done, paid off. That's all good. Then the shit started really hitting the fan because the credit card was going up, but not really dramatically. But once I got hurt, and then I had to get disabled for a while, our credit card went from like $1,500 to $8,000. Like that. And it went up to like $10,500. Then she got the full-time job. And I was still unemployed. So now she was working full-time and now I wasn't. Okay? I was disabled. Credit card went up more. I took out the second credit card. Like, oh boy. Here we go. Then when I went back to work, we both were working full-time for 3 months. Okay? We knocked that credit card down dramatically from $12,000 on both credit cards down to $5,500 in like 4 months. Actually, we worked 4 months together. We had a surplus of $1,500 a month easily when we both were working full time. That's all right. Good. We're all good. Credit cards going down. It's almost time to get ourselves our $5,000 tax return money. Silver's going down like crazy. Let me buy some horses and a proof horse. That 40 1-ounce horses and a gold horse. I can pay that off on my credit card once my tax return money comes in. So I did it. Paid it off with that money, so that had nothing to do with my credit card debt. Done, gone, forgotten about. All my precious metals were pretty much with cash. Okay? It's the cost of living that killed me. It cost me $1,000 more a month to survive here in a year than me and my wife were making. Okay? We had to spend $700 a month Just on food alone, between me, my wife, and my 2-year-old son at that time, or 1.5-year-old son. And anybody who has a children know how expensive diapers are alone. Keep going to the store, $50 a week in the store alone. Gas prices were $3, $4 at some point. You know, cost me $40 to fill my car up. Hers $20, so it was $60 a week. Times that by 4, that's another $250. Couldn't keep up. It was impossible without us both working full-time for the whole time. That's how I got in debt. By the family not being able to make enough money, and the cost of living in my area is overpriced. You get crushed over here if you don't make at least 70 grand a year. You will get crushed. You can live great, I guarantee you. I probably can say, if you make $70,000 a year as a family, I can guarantee, I can probably say, there's a good chance you can live very well in half the countries or half the states in America on $70,000 a year. Okay, probably could in half. You probably could. Okay, not in the East Coast area where I am. In California, you're buried. You're buried. So this is what got me in credit card debt. Survival, paying for food, $700, which we couldn't afford. We didn't have enough money for food. By the time we paid the rent, the car payments, the car insurance alone in my area is $200 a month alone. Okay? Which is more than some states in a year. This is what happens to people that I'm trying to warn them not to put all their money into one asset class. Because when shit happens, man, you could be fine. I was fine. We had up to 30. We saved $9,000 in less than a year from after all expenses, and things change like that. And that's what happens in this world. This is why it's scary. These precious metals are scary. They're not always a preservation of wealth. And when they're not, and you have to sell them to get your ass back in good mode again, debt free, it'll cost you. It cost me $11,000 out of $30,000 to get myself out of debt. This is how I got out of debt. Then, of course, I had the surgery, which I had to stay out of work for another 3-4 months, not knowing if it was cancer. Then I lost my job. Devastation. Devastation. That's how I got in debt. Not from precious metals on credit cards. That's a no-no. That's a no-no. If you can't pay it off the next month, you don't put anything on your credit card. Never did in my history. Ever did that. Until a time where you have no choice to feed your family and put gas in your cars so you can work. Then you're going to ride that bill. You're going to ride that credit card until it bounces. You have no choice. I had no choice. And I now sell my metals and took that hit. Credit card debt free. Done. I get a surplus of $600 a month now. That's not going into the bank. It's going in my pocket now. Okay? So a year and a half I can make up that loss in precious metals by just not having them anymore. By not having the debt anymore. So this is why I had to sell my precious metals. Not because I used $30,000 of it on credit card. Come on, fellas, seriously. If you watch my videos, you would have known that's why I did that. I love precious metals. I'm always going to be in precious metals. It's just going to be more into the wiser areas of precious metals. I'm never going to jump all in the stupid reasons that I've been hearing. And my next video is going to be more on that, and hopefully I get good compliments on this video. I just wanted to explain me personally on why I got into this massive $15,000 credit card. Come live in New Jersey and you'll find out. Have a good one.